I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with everything I have. I release my fear, 'cause it's all so clear. I am held, I am loved, I am safe. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I am well, I am well, I am well. And now I see what my life can be when I trust in the process and have faith. And now I know when I just let go that I have all I'll ever need. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I am well, I am well, I am well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well, all is well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. I am well, I am well. All is well, all is well. I am well. Ooh-wee.
You didn't know I was that good, did you? Good morning and welcome to Unity of London here at 501 Nelson Street in London, Ontario, Canada. We welcome all of you that are here today in our building, all of you that are watching on Zoom, and all of you that will watch us later on YouTube. We are so grateful that you're here and joining us. And oh, look at that, it works. So Unity of London shares the same vision statement as nearly all of the unities worldwide. So I invite you to affirm this with us. Our vision is that we see a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And how we will realize that is our mission in London is co-creating with spirit to transform lives through shared spiritual awakening. So share your spiritual awakening today. And what does that look like? What does that mean? Well, we believe here at London, we affirm that we are a loving, inclusive, supportive community, that we are all one and we are here for everyone and we include everyone. We also promote self-expression. We want each of us to be the best me we can be. Don't try to be somebody else. Just try to be the best you can be. And you don't really have to try if you relax and let go. That's a great song. I love Karen Drucker as well. We also live what we believe, the 5 principles. God is. There is only one power active and effective in the world and working through us, and that is God, and it is good. I am a part of that. We believe each person is an expression of the divine power that flows through everything. Whoops, nope, too quick, back. There we go. Okay. Our third principle is that we create our experience through our thoughts and actions. We use prayer. Prayer is creative thinking that heightens the connection with God mind. So we use prayer meditation to co-create with spirit. And the fifth principle is that knowing and understanding the laws of life that are truth are not enough. We must live those principles. And we inspire people to make a positive difference in the world, be the change that you want to see. And by providing fellowship and education for spiritual seekers of all walks of life. There's no right or wrong, there just is. Special announcements today. Da, 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 da. We got a few of them. So I don't know if there's slides for each one of them. Yep. Nope, not quite. But so the first one I'll mention is that if anyone would like one-on-one individual prayer with a prayer chaplain here in the building, Pauline will be your prayer chaplain, and online, Wilda is available to pray with everyone. We have our silent unity box for prayers that you can put a person's name on or a number of people that you'd like additional prayer for, put them in our prayer box and they will be prayed over. And they want me to remind you that our prayer chaplains continue to lead daily prayer meditation 5 days a week at 9 a.m. to 9:15. And it's a great caffeine way to start your day. Now, the Zoom link is different than our Sunday Zoom link. So you can ask Dawn or Pauline or myself for that Zoom link, or you probably get an email every Saturday saying how to connect, and it has the connection for Sunday and the connection for during the week for prayer. We'd like to thank all those who have already contributed cash for our volunteer shoppers. This is about our current outreach program for the fall going into the winter. Because our shoppers can now start to begin purchasing the supplies and fill the baskets for Indwell. If you haven't had a chance to donate yet, Renee and myself will be in the fellowship room after our service, and all donations are accepted. So if you want to sponsor a full basket, that's $110. If you just wish to do part of one, whatever you can give, we're happy to receive and to buy the gifts for Indwell. And now we'll go to the slide that's there. So, what happened? So Paula and Marianne, so you're invited to enjoy writing activities with Paula and Marianne on Wednesdays at 1:30 until 3:30. It's here in the building at 501 Nelson. They're in the back room, which we used to call the fellowship room. It's now the literary circle room. Literary circle room, yes, I think so. And a love offering for Unity will be received gratefully, whatever you would like to give. You can also download a monthly prayer service at Silent Unity. And now maybe we have, the next one's about an Advent. Do we have this on a slide, Lorraine? Okay, so Advent 2022 discussion group with Unity Worldwide. So you can go on that link, and it's also in our This Week at Unity e-blast. So we welcome you to join there. And then also there is a daily prayer service at Silent Unity at 12 a.m. I'm thinking that's 12 p.m. Monday to Friday on Facebook. And also you can call anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year at 1-800-NOW-PRAY, and there will be somebody waiting there to pray with you. Mentioned today's prayer chaplains already. I mentioned the prayer box, and we'll go into prayer. For those of you, I see we have a newcomer. Is this your first time? Yeah, to be here? Welcome. So Unity was founded on affirmative prayer. And so I invite you to join me as we close our eyes, if you're comfortable to do so. And just take a couple of moments for a couple of deep breaths. And as you breathe in, realize that you're breathing in life, all that is good. And as you exhale, let go of all that is no longer needed for you and your body. And also let go of the busyness that might have been whirling around, getting you to this moment, and take no thought of what's happening beyond. Just feel your heart beating, your breath going in and out, and know that Spirit is flowing through us all, connecting us all. And as we join our hearts, the love that's there will grow. We hold all spiritual gatherings in our prayer, for we know there are many paths to the one and only God. We also hold Unity Center of Montreal and Unity Church of Agape in Scarborough within our prayers. All the names of the people that are currently in our prayer box, all the people in the room today, all those connected with Unity of London, be they members, friends, family, those yet to come. And as we join our hearts, we think of the people that are hurting today, whether it's through disasters from weather, disasters from fires, injuries, illnesses, whatever is going on that makes our hearts hurt. And we remind ourselves that at any given time, always, the life force and the healing energy of God is flowing through us and is with us. And as we affirm that we have all of the powers within us to live a good life, to get through any challenges that we are dealing with, we know that we can. For most often, those challenges are given to us so that we dig deeper and use our power to overcome, and we become stronger, and we do have spiritual. And as we prepare our hearts and minds to receive the message today and the fellowship and the spiritual awakening that will come as people hug us, words are shared, music is shared, we know that as we uplift ourselves alone and together, we uplift the entire world. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen. And now Don Brigalow will come and read the daily word.
Today's daily word is entitled Balance. I honor life's shifting rhythms. Sometimes trying to balance my schedule, meet my obligations, and even find time for the things I enjoy can leave me scrambling to figure out how I can fit it all in. Today, I take my cue from nature and notice the rhythms of the seasons and the tides, the cycles of growth, and the order that underlines all things. I appreciate how seamlessly the natural world balances itself and restores itself to harmony. This gift of harmony and balance lives in me. I honor myself when I flow with it instead of forcing my will upon it. I listen to my body's many signals. I rest when I'm tired. I eat when I'm hungry, and I socialize and seek solitude as I need to. As I care for myself, I find balance. For there is nothing better for people under the sun than to eat, drink, and enjoy themselves. Class. I said it this morning. Ecclesiastics. Thank you. Ecclesiastics 8:15. Well, let me introduce you to our speaker. On Friday, October the 28th at 6:30 p.m., our speaker, Pauline, at last completed her third and final intensive leadership week. I think that needs applause. The only step remaining will happen next summer when Pauline will participate in the skills demonstration portion that, when achieved, will enable her to finally receive certification as a licensed Unity teacher. The journey that began 10 years ago has been filled with learning. With her message, one of many that she's given to us with her message today, Clutch It or Chuck It. Please join me in welcoming our dear Pauline Duncan-Thrasher.
Thanks, Don. Thank you.
Can't wait for that message.
And as I'm preparing to begin, I have asked Marianne if she would please go to the kitchen and bring a garbage pail to the platform. She looked at me and she said, "What? Where?" And I said, "Right up here on the platform." Many, many years ago, probably about 15, I bought a pair of shoes. Yes. You beat me to the punch, Dawn. They were, that's it, right up here. Thank you, Marianne. Yay, Marianne. You might say, "Pauline, why shoes?" I don't buy many shoes. I know that some women and maybe some men have racks and racks of shoes. Maybe because I grew up in boarding school wearing black Oxfords, shoes never appealed to me that much. High heels hurt my feet. So about 15 years ago, when I was doing more speaking in the public, I thought I better get a pair of practical shoes. Practical didn't appeal to me. Do you understand what I'm saying? We had a sweet little woman, Carlin, who used to come and sing, and she had teeny little feet, always shod in the most creative, beautiful, vivid footwear. But first of all, my feet aren't tiny. And secondly, I didn't want to spend that much money for shoes. So these are the shoes I bought. They're not pretty. They're not feminine, but they were good shoes. They were solid shoes. When I put those on, I felt as though I was standing on solid ground. I wore them. I polished them carefully about 8 years after I bought them, and they were expensive shoes. I thought, woo, I don't want to spend that much money on shoes, but I did, and I was grateful. My feet always felt good in these shoes. And one day I walked into a shoe shop thinking, they're getting a little bit worn out. Maybe I should get some new ones. And the person in the shoe shop said, "Those look great." They didn't look all scuffed like they are now. So I kept them. I took good care of them. And I refused to throw them out. Have you ever had something in your life that you clutched onto? You just didn't want to get rid of it, even after it outweighed its usefulness? Now, I'm not talking about things today. I'll get to that in a second. You can see that the lining is starting to come out. And I thought last week when I was taking our little dog Chipper for a walk, I just wanted to slide my feet into something and my normal running shoes weren't there. So I put these on. I started down the street and I thought, something is hurting my foot. Did I leave something in the shoe? I took the shoe off. Chipper stood there patiently. I picked it up. I looked inside. I searched the bottom because I put old newspaper in to keep it smooth. There was nothing in the shoe. It was hurting my foot. It was hurting my foot so much that when I got home, there was a little blister on one toe. And I thought, Pauline, it's time to chuck those shoes. So I publicly chucked them. What is the point? My point is that we hold on to thoughts about ourselves, about other people, about our lives that have long outlived their usefulness. Long outlived their usefulness. And why don't we chuck them? Because they're comfortable, they're familiar, they're thoughts that we chose. Or maybe someone once said to you, "Why do you talk so much? You shouldn't talk so much." No, they didn't say it to me. I was very quiet. Or, "Why are you so quiet? Oh, you're always quiet. You're not much of a party person." And we absorbed it. We absorbed it so much that it became for us a prison. I don't know if you've ever been in prison or visited a prison. I did many, many years ago with a friend. It was an act of mercy. It was not the Elgin Middlesex prison, which is notorious. It was a prison in Penetang for people who had been convicted but were mentally unhealthy. I visited more than once. My friend kept going back to visit, and I went with her. It was horrible to walk in and hear the doors clang shut behind us, even though I knew that we could leave. Now, our thoughts that we choose can make us prisoners in a box of our choosing. If that doesn't scare you, I want you to feel a little bit nervous about it. Only you can open up your own prison. So that's what this message is about. And you have a little handout. It's self-check time. If you didn't get the little handout or you can't see, you might want to move to under a light. And there are more handouts on the chair. First question. What are you clutching? You don't have to, believe me, I don't want to see this. This is, it is your personal message. If you don't want to write now, that's okay. If you want to write now, do so. If you want to write later, please do so. If you don't want to write at all, maybe you're clutching on to something about being told or suggested what to do. This is just a check for you. Are you clutching a way of thinking about yourself? Or a habit? Maybe an addiction? Maybe an obsession? How does it affect your life? Does it hurt your life or does it help your life? Maybe, as someone in this room has said, "I'm so happy. I want to hug everybody. Excited, excited, excited." We know who that is. Then that person needs to keep on to that thought, that habit, because that's helping her life. If it's hurting, only you know. Now, I don't know if any of you have ever been for counseling or help. I spent 6 weeks, long time ago, in a psychiatric ward, having suffered a psychotic episode around the time that my mother died. I figured out what was hurting me, and I had to let it go. You may need help, or maybe you can do this by yourself. What do you choose to do about it? It's a big question. Your choice, not my choice, not the person sitting beside you, not your best friend, not your relatives, not your family. Only you can choose. And they can tell you, they can talk to you, they can wave garbage pails around on the platform, and you can say, doesn't mean a thing to me. Or when you go home and look at your own garbage pails, that might remind you, what am I clutching on, holding on to that I no longer need? And I'm not saying it will be as easy to get rid of as dropping my old shoes into the garbage pail. Although it hurt, I really like those shoes. And no, they cannot be reused. If somebody's saying, pick them out and reuse them, no, I wouldn't put those on anybody's feet because they might hurt their feet too. We have a wondrous Unity co-founder, Myrtle Fillmore. And I chose to use some messages from her book, How to Let God Help You, knowing that inside we help ourselves. At Unity, we're not saying God will swoop in and make it all right. We're saying that we have within us the power to connect with the God within. And through our action, we help ourselves. And this is what she said. If things take on a dark look, and I would have made the whole screen black, but George would have said, Pauline, I cannot see the letters. Don't do that. So the little black space just is an indication. It might start as a little black dot. And you just wake up and you have that miserable, depressed feeling, and you think, what's wrong? Has that ever happened to any of you? You don't have to put your hand up. It's okay. I know that feeling from long, long ago, where you think, why? Why is this happening to me? You can cleanse your mind with denials. And today is about release. We'll talk about that in a minute. And if a feeling of emptiness comes over you, a feeling of desolation or ignorance, pull yourself back into the full stature of truth by repeated affirmations. And now I'd like to read a little, just a tiny bit from her book. We know, those of us who have heard about Myrtle Fillmore, that she was sick for most of her life. She felt that she had inherited the illness. And it wasn't until she was in her 40s that she was able, through repeated affirmations, to feel well again. I began to watch and to redeem a positive state of mind. I determined to handle all that came to me before I swallowed it and allowed it to irritate, cut, and weaken my nerves and organs. As I gained real poise and the ability to keep my thoughts and feelings truly free, I was healed and restored to strength and normal functioning. Did this happen suddenly for her? No, it didn't. It wasn't magic. It wasn't clickety-click and all is well. In another part of her book, and you might relate to this, she talked about keeping the mind filled with joyous, constructive, beautiful, health-producing thoughts that maintain harmony in body, mind, and soul. When your mind is peaceful, the healing energies flow. And she also talked about one day she had 3 sons. And one day she felt so down, so discouraged. Guess what she did? She cleaned the whole house. She swept. She cleaned out cupboards. The sweat was running off her face. And in all that flurry of activity, she was no longer thinking about feeling sick. Maybe that's something you've done. I wish that I had the ability to bring little gold keys for you, because there's a wonderful little book called The Golden Key by Emmett Fox. He wrote it way back in 1931, and it was translated many, many times over. It was only 5 pages. But the essence of that message can be encapsulated in one sentence. Stop thinking about your difficulty and think about God instead. The God outside that will rescue you? No, no. The God inside with all the powers. God is. And in my intensive last week, one of my instructors gave this wondrous little way to remember what God is. And it's on your handout. And it's a list of all the powers that are back there in our chart. And the acronym was JUZE, Juicy, lips, flow. And you think, well, that's weird. It's so weird that you can remember it. So what do all those letters stand for? They stand for what we believe God is and what we also believe we are, because we are divine beings. Judgment or discernment. Think of all the times that Jesus used discernment. Understanding yourself and the world around you. That you cannot change the world, you can change you. Zeal. We talked about that last month. That exuberance, that dancing about with passion and glee, or that quiet exhibition of zeal in action. Elimination or release, what this month will be all about. Life, imagination, envisioning the you want to be, not the you that you were yesterday, not the you that you will be in the future. How do you want to be right this very second? Power. And it doesn't have to be shown by banging your fist in the air or going on wild marches or yelling your head off. It can be a quiet, sustained power of focus. Strength, spiritual, physical, and emotional strength. Faith, love, order, that balance. And finally, wisdom. These are our 12 powers. We have these. They are within you. They are waiting for you to choose them and to utilize them every day. Will it make a difference? I guarantee it. Chuck the negative. Chuck what you don't need anymore. Whether it's being critical of yourself, reminding yourself, oh, I'm so tired. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, this is so hard. Does that help? Does that lift up your spirits? It doesn't. I have strength within me to deal with this situation. Clutch the good stuff, the good thoughts, the positive energy, the affirming energy. Claim your oneness with God. And it's like a garden. We don't have to be in a prison. We can view our life as a garden. We plant little wee seeds. And Paula talked to me about that this morning. I said, guess what, Paul? I have a garden on the screen. She went, yay. You get to choose the seeds you want in your own garden. Are you planting hope, life, love, strength, zeal, faith? Or you thought, well, just for a change, I think I'll put a few weeds in the garden, see what happens. Yeah, I'll just have a garden full of weeds. And I'll look at my neighbor and say, I love your flowers. How did you get those gorgeous flowers? And they'll say, well, I planted them. And sometimes you have to pluck the weeds out. It's no fun, but it's necessary. Isn't that life? Clutch the good, chuck what you don't need, and claim your oneness with God. Let us go into meditation. I invite you to close your eyes if that feels comfortable, to ground yourself in what Charles Fillmore called practical Christianity, what helps us every day. As you breathe in, open yourself to wisdom and faith. Feel wisdom, faith, spiritual strength flowing all through your body, through your head, your limbs, your fingertips, through your whole body, a warm, life-giving, spiritually strengthening force. Feel it. Engage with it. Claim it as your oneness with God, your oneness with divine spirit, your oneness with whatever you choose to call divine energy. In the next few moments, I invite you to breathe in all goodness. Breathe out what you don't want anymore. Breathe in, absorb. Breathe out what you no longer want. Breathe out to release. I'll let you know when our time is fulfilled. As we prepare to return, we know that meditation, that ability to go into silence, to release all the distractions, to release negative talk, to release what no longer helps us, is available to us all the time by choice. What a gift. Remember the garbage pail. And so it is, and so we let it be. Thank you.
Wow, that was an awesome talk, Pauline, and certainly a great visual. So for those of you that might want to go home barefoot, we're accepting shoes. If you're wearing something that's uncomfortable, but shoes only. No, it was a great visual and a great reminder that we have to, on a regular basis, take time to meditate and prayer, but take a prayer and meditation on what is it that it's time to let go of that no longer serves. So thank you so much. And we'll have another great song.
You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are, and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the voice of spirit on earth, and who you are and all you do is a blessing to the world. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the voice of spirit on earth, and who we are and all we do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the voice of spirit on earth, and who I am and all I do is a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the world. I'm a blessing to the I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the heart, I am the hands. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the heart, you are the hands. We are the heart, we are the hands, we are the heart, we are the hands. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am the heart, I am the hands. You are the heart, you are the hands, you are the heart, you are the hands. I am the heart, I am the hands, I am.
Is it over? Okay, and now we take a few moments to affirm and appreciate the abundance in our lives, in our individual lives, and in our unity community life. So we affirm that, and we are grateful for all the gifts that come to us each and every week, whether it is people sharing their time, their talents, or their treasures. We take time to appreciate and bless the offerings that come to us each and every day through the mail, through the internet, or here on Sundays. And we know that that money, that energy of money grows as it flows. And so it is, and so we let it be. And dun, 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 dun. What's next? Oh, look at that. Our prayer for protection. Let's read this together. The light of God surrounds me. I am the light. The love of God enfolds me. I am the love. The power of God protects me. I am the power. The presence of God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And from Unity of London Spirit, yay, God. And now our peace song. So remember this week, clutch it or chuck it. Have a great week, everybody.
Don't let Chuck hear you say that. Yes, she does.
Oh, and we have some great people online. Good morning, everyone. Hi, Barb and George and Amber, Sylvia, Catherine and Larry, Wilda. Beulah's there, Nancy. And would anyone online like to say anything? Amber.
Good morning, everyone. Beautiful message today, Pauline. Fantastic. Something to take into the week. And also, I'd like to welcome the new person that's there at the building today. And I look forward to having the opportunity of meeting you in person.
Thanks, Amber. Thanks so much. Hi, Barb. You're looking good.
Thank you. It was a great message, Pauline. It is something that I am dreadfully guilty of. hanging on and not letting things go as far as material things. I feel I do better on the spiritual side of letting things go, but the material things that probably because when the way we grew up, some of that, you know, there wasn't a lot back then, and you just kind of felt that what you had, you really hung on to it. And it's hard to think that I could live without that picture, or I could live without that chair, or I could, yeah. So this is a real eye opener for me this morning, and I really appreciate the way those shoes went in the trash.
Oh, thanks so much. Anyone else online, or anyone here in the building that wants to say anything online, or? Okay, well, we'll say have a great week, everybody. We're going to see what kind of goodies we've got in the fellowship room, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Perfect.
Have a great
Thanks,
day.
Sylvia.
I'm taking these.
So how are you guys doing, George and Barb? Oh, you're muted there, Barb.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot better.
Yeah, you look great. I think you guys look great today. Wow.
It's been a
Well,
long
it might be
tough
that early. It might be that extra hour sleep tonight, last night. Eh?
We're sorry we weren't at church last week to have a visit in person with you, Wilda, that we missed out. If we'd known you were there, we'd made a real effort, but it's corn time here.
Absolutely.
2
Well,
days
and you
more.
know,
2 more
I-
days.
most of the people that I saw last week I hadn't seen for a long time, but you guys, you keep coming up to Manitoulin, and so that's good. I get to see you.
Yeah. How's your sister, Wilda?
Beatrice, she's doing well. Yeah, she's
Terrific,
doing well. So
terrific.
we're in the process right now. Our brother-in-law, he has got a wheelchair accessible van for her now.